Hey Cowboys Nation, buckle up because this week is an absolute wildfire. We've got Trayvon Diggs back in the starting lineup, shaking up the secondary. Trade rumors are swirling that could completely reshape our defense. A massive name just hit the trade market, raising the stakes even higher. And then there's a medical report that's got every fan on edge. But hold on tight, because the final piece of news is the most explosive yet. It's a game changer that could define our season. Before we dive into the chaos, do me a solid, hit that subscribe button. It's free, it fuels this fan-driven conversation, and it helps us grow the Cowboys community. Drop a like to spread the word to more fans on YouTube, and comment below with your thoughts. This space is for everyone who bleeds blue and silver. Let's break it all down, because this week is a defining moment for America's team. Let's start with the big news. Trayvon Diggs is back in the starting lineup, and Cowboys Nation is buzzing. Last week, for the first time since his rookie season, Diggs didn't start. The official word was a physical issue, but let's be real, nobody bought that excuse. It felt like there was more to the story, and Diggs himself confirmed it in an interview. "Coach wanted to challenge me," he said. "I accept that." A wake-up call? Maybe. But when Diggs hit the field, he proved he's still an all-pro corner capable of flipping the script for this defense. And trust me, we need that spark badly. The Cowboys' defense has been shaky, struggling to contain even average offenses through the first 4 weeks. Without pressure from the defensive line, our secondary is left exposed, hanging out to dry. This week's matchup against the winless New York Jets feels like the perfect chance to get things right, but don't be fooled. These easy games can turn into traps if the defense isn't locked in. Diggs needs to step up as a leader, showing he can handle the pressure of being the CB1, even after getting benched. His return sends a clear message to the locker room: nobody's spot is safe. If an all-pro like Diggs can sit, anyone can. That kind of accountability could light a fire under this team. Picture this: Diggs and Darren Bland locking down the sidelines, forcing the Jets quarterback to throw over the middle where Malik Hooker and the safeties can feast on mistakes. Sounds like a dream, right? But here's the catch: if the defensive line doesn't bring pressure, it's all for nothing. A quarterback with time will pick apart even the best corners. That's why Diggs' maturity in handling the benching is so crucial. He didn't throw a fit or bash the coaching staff. Instead, he owned it, showing growth that sets the tone for the team and the fans. When Diggs is at his best, breaking up passes, snagging interceptions, he can single-handedly change the game. But it's not just about him. The linebackers need to clog the short zones, the safeties can't give up big plays, and the defensive line has to disrupt the pocket. If Diggs' return sparks the entire unit, we could see the defense turn a corner. But is this a one-week flash, or the start of something bigger? That's the question every fan is wrestling with. This game against the Jets is a must-win for the defense to prove it's still got a pulse. Nobody wants to see Dak Prescott and the offense forced to score 30-plus points just to cover for a leaky secondary. Diggs carries a massive responsibility, but if he's in all-pro mode, he could be the key to fixing this defense. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Does Diggs' return change the defense's trajectory, or are the problems deeper than one player can fix? Hold that thought, because the next piece of news is about to crank up the heat. Let's talk about the trade rumor that's got Cowboys Nation losing it: a potential deal for Miami Dolphins edge rusher Bradley Chubb. Since trading Micah Parsons to the Green Bay Packers, our pass rush has been a shell of its former self. If you watched the Green Bay game, you saw their quarterback lounging in the pocket like it was a Sunday picnic. Zero pressure. That's why the idea of bringing in Chubb, a veteran with over 40 career sacks, has fans buzzing. According to analyst Matt Vera, the cost would be a conditional 5th-round pick. In today's NFL market, that's a steal for a player of Chubb's caliber. Chubb isn't just a warm body. He's got 3 sacks already this season, proving he's still a force despite past injuries, including a torn ACL that sidelined him last year. Sure, his injury history is a red flag, no denying that. But when he's healthy, Chubb commands respect. He's the kind of player who forces offensive lines to game plan around him, creating opportunities for the rest of the defense. Imagine Chubb drawing double teams, freeing up space for guys like Kenny Clark to wreak havoc. That's the kind of game changer this defense needs. The timing couldn't be better. Dallas still has draft capital from the Parsons trade, including 2 first-round picks and Kenny Clark. A fifth-rounder for Chubb is pocket change by comparison. Plus, Miami might be open to selling. Without Tyreek Hill, their offense could stall, and if they drop a few more games, keeping Chubb's hefty salary makes less sense. That's where Dallas swoops in, showing the ambition to push for contender status. The October schedule is winnable, and stacking wins now could give the front office the confidence to pull the trigger. This move would signal that the Cowboys aren't settling for mediocrity. With the offense clicking, Dak commanding drives, the run game humming, and receivers stepping up, the defense just needs to catch up to make this team a legitimate threat. A fifth-round pick for a pass rusher who could transform the defense? I'd make that deal yesterday. But what do you think, Cowboys Nation? Is Chubb worth the risk, or should we pass? Drop your take in the comments, because the next rumor makes this one look tame. If the Chubb rumor got your blood pumping, brace yourself for this. The Cowboys are being called the perfect fit for Trey Hendrickson, the NFL's 2024 sack leader with 17.5 sacks. This isn't just chatter, it's serious market analysis. Hendrickson is an all-pro pass rusher who strikes fear into quarterbacks with his aggressive, technical style. He exploits offensive line mistakes like nobody's business, and he'd fill the gaping hole left by Micah Parsons' departure. The Green Bay loss exposed our biggest weakness: no pass rush. Without pressure, the defense collapses, no matter how good Diggs and Bland are in the secondary. Hendrickson would change that overnight. Analysts project Cincinnati would ask for a Condit Iona.